Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige talks about his thoughts regarding actors who are poised to leave the MCU after Avengers 4. Avengers: Infinity War began the culmination of everything that has transpired in the franchise in the last 10 years, and the narrative is expected to end in its still-untitled sequel scheduled to roll out next year. From there, no one really knows where the famed film series is heading, but fans are expected to say goodbye to some of the familiar faces that they've grown to love over the last decades, such as Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, since these heroes have become synonymous with the actors who play them. That means that people will also have to get accustomed to the MCU, possibly without Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans. The main three MCU heroes have all had their own solo trilogies completed, which means that the next year's Avengers 4, there's really nothing else to resolve with regard to their own personal arcs. In fact, many presumed that they would die in Infinity War, but Marvel Studios had something else in mind. Despite that, fans know that it's only a matter of time before an official changing of the guard takes place in the franchise. Related, Avengers 4 fan-made Marvel intro reminds viewers of Infinity War's ending. In an interview with the Costco Connection, Feige was asked about his plans past MCU's closing Phase 3, particularly about the actors who are tipped to leave the franchise, whether it's due to ending contracts or the trajectory of their characters after Avengers 4. That's what we can look to in the comics, and that's why these characters are so relevant. I talk about 10 years of movies, but it's 50 plus years of comics, and they're just as relevant and popular, and that's because they do get updated. They do change with the times. I have no doubt that all of our actors, who are in peak physical shape, have got another 50 years in them to be heroes. In terms of the specifics of how we will evolve the characters, thankfully I don't have to really think about it yet, cause we are still finishing what we started here with Avengers: Infinity War. While Feige maintains that they're still not thinking about what the MCU will look like after Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America at the forefront, they have actually started to introduce a band of brand new heroes that will usher the franchise on to the next chapter, like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. Further, there are reports of the studio developing films centering on KamalaKhans Miss Marvel and even the Young Avengers, which would infuse young blood into the superhero film series. That said, the question remains whether or not this second wave of actors can be effective brand ambassadors for the MCU. Over the last several years, RDJ, Hemsworth, and Evans embraced their superhero gigs in real life, and that definitely added to the franchise's appeal. There is no doubt that fans will miss Tony Stark, Thor, Steve Rogers, and any other founding heroes that may bite the bullet come Avengers 4, as well as the actors that play these characters. But while change is difficult, it's necessary to keep the MCU sustainable. At this point, fans can just hope that Marvel Studios will give these beloved characters the proper send-off they deserve. Source: the Costco Connection Tags. The Avengers 4 looking for an ad-free experience on ScreenRant.